This weekend, we all lost a friend. Mathew Perry, the actor who played Chandler Bing on Friends, has died. He was 54. Somehow, this loss feels personal. Fans of the show say they feel like they've lost a best friend. Reports say Perry was found unresponsive in his bathtub at his home in Los Angeles. The cause of his death will require additional investigation. This is what the medical examiner's office has said. For those who grew up in the 90s, Mathew Perry was Chandler Bing, and Chandler Bing was their friend. The awkward but lovable sixth friend of one of the most successful ensemble casts in history, Friends. I wouldn't be exaggerating when I say this. His humor became the template for several actors who came after him, but no one came close to his sarcasm and wit. While we mourn the death of one of our favorite stars, a household name, someone who made us giggle and smirk through his sharp wit and impeccable comic timing, tonight I want you to introspect, to ask one question: can money and fame really buy happiness? I say this because Mathew Perry and Chandler Bing were a match made in comedy heaven, but the life led by the star was starkly different. A troubled life, you could say. The portrayal of Chandler Bing earned Perry a massive fortune in the form of $1.1 million an episode. I repeat, $1 million for each episode, an unheard of sum at the time when Friends shot to success in the 90s. The sitcom ran for 10 seasons with 236 episodes in total. You do the math. Every public appearance was picture perfect. We all saw our friends beaming at the cameras arm in arm. Humble, relatable, accessible. We felt they were truly our friends. Reports say they were also each other's friends. But behind the scenes, behind Chandler Bing's world-weary wit and humor, was a certain darkness. Most of this has been detailed in his autobiography, Friends, Lovers, and That Terrible Thing. Perry talks about his insecurities, his sense of abandonment rooted in childhood. He says he had his first alcoholic drink at 13. He was hooked to painkillers and was eventually locked in a painful cycle of addiction. The fame that Friends brought did not help. Perry said, and I quote, "I felt like I was going to die if the live audience didn't laugh, and if it's not healthy for sure, but I could sometimes say a line and they wouldn't laugh, and I would sweat and just go into convulsions. And if the audience actually didn't laugh," Perry said, he would drink alcohol. He admitted that he used alcohol as a way to fix things which fame could not. It's hard imagining our favorite Chandler Bing in such light, but such is the price of fame. At one point, his alcohol consumption became so apparent that his co-star on Friends, Jennifer Aniston, confronted him. She said the rest of the cast could smell the alcohol on him. Perry had mentioned this in various interviews, that his Friends co-stars rallied round to support him. But the road to recovery for him was a bumpy one. Perry's addiction to alcohol, methadone, amphetamines could be seen playing out through different seasons of Friends, all of which, let me remind you, were hugely successful. His fans, millions of them, noticed the drastic weight gain and subsequent weight loss. But such was the pull of the show that fans rallied after Chandler Bing, season after season, year after year. Today, as his death at 54 makes headlines, we're all shocked. But there's also a sense of déjà vu. We've lost some of our favorite stars in such grim, inexplicable ways. Sridevi, the Bollywood icon, who also died at the age of 54. She too was found dead in a bathtub. There are several others who died leaving unanswered questions. Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Heath Ledger. Fame, money, the luxe life, the biggest penthouse, the swankiest cars, and of course, the adoration of millions. In Mathew Perry's case, it was a lifelong love. Friends made him a staple in households across the world, across generations. While millennials confess to watching Friends on loop anywhere at any time, younger generations discuss the dated humor of the sitcom. Like it, love it, hate it, but Friends is a part of pop culture references, and Mathew Perry was one of the main reasons behind the show's success. Yet, was he happy? If you watch his interviews, read his memoir, you wouldn't think so. You see, fame, success, adulation, they are not staples of a life well lived or even a life well loved. So, even as visionaries tell us to work 70 hours a week, even as hustle culture and endless consumerism become the way of life, even as you keep working hard for that big bonus, take a moment to look at your life, because everything has a cost, a price. As for Mathew Perry, the world is mourning him. If Friends was still on air today, it would be one dark episode, the one where we all lost a friend. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.